Good evening, and welcome to Need to Know, where the Beaver News digs deeper into the issues that affect you. I'm Holly Clausen.
And I'm Nathan Hellman. Risk is an inherent part of daily life for each of us. From the moment we all wake up in the morning, we engage with a series of risks. We step in the shower, drive to campus, and cross streets to arrive at our classes. But the fact is that any one of us is just a mere misstep away from a life-changing disability.
We took a tour of OSU, during which we experienced some of what it was like to have a disability.
Our tour departed not far from this very spot, at the corner of 15th and Jefferson, right outside of Furman Hall. We began our tour by heading up to the Valley Library by way of this ramp. Note the steep incline of the ramp and imagine the physical strength it must take for someone in crutches or in a wheelchair to get up or down safely. Also, take note of the side slopes of the ramp, which present yet another challenge for people with limited mobility.
Aside from the danger of just getting around, individuals with disabilities face the additional challenge of time. For example, what might take our crew 30 seconds to get up this ramp might take somebody in a wheelchair up to 5 minutes.
Here in Stagg Hall, we made our way through the building in simulated blindness. Naturally, the elevator at the end of this pathway represents the sole point of access for individuals with limited mobility to Stagg's upper levels. It's also worth mentioning that that elevator does not even go to the 4th floor.
This pocket of space is the sole entry for Stagg's only elevator. Needless to say, it is extremely difficult for one to get around in here. Additionally, looking at the sides of the elevator's interior, you can only imagine how difficult it is to move once inside.
The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 enacted requirements ensuring equal access to facilities such as those at OSU. In our tour, we experienced some of the burdens that not meeting those requirements has placed squarely on the shoulders of those who live with disabilities.
We spoke with Director of Disability Access Services for OSU, Martha Smith.
So from the perspective of you have a 150-year-old campus, and we've only had regulations in place about 23 years in terms of what does physical access mean, I think that we're doing some pretty incredible things. Have we resolved all the barriers? Absolutely not.
Smith pointed out that disabilities often refer to impairments that are not physical. For those types, she claims that OSU has taken steps to ensure their accommodation.
I think it's really important to understand accessibility isn't just around physical access, and I think sometimes that's missed. We're talking about access on our web pages, and how is that accessible to people who are visually impaired? That's an issue we're dealing with. You talk about access for people with hearing loss, and we have departments all across this campus who do little quick videos, including student government, and they place it on their website. And for our students who are deaf and hard of hearing, they can't access those videos because they're not captioned.
Next, we met with ASOSU's Director of Accessibility, Brian Williamson. Williamson is leading the Raise the Blue campaign, aimed at increasing local awareness around inaccessibility at OSU.
Accessibility is an issue for all. It's not just an issue for people with disabilities. This is something that can help you. Everywhere you go, accessible opportunities should await you. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops and barriers and this and that just to obtain an education. You know, the education aids the American dream. Everyone wants to be able to be successful one day, and an education is one step to getting there. So let's make everything accessible. Let's make it all people have equal opportunities regardless of your ability.
We know that individuals with disabilities face a number of challenges simply by having an impairment. Certainly, there are challenges in terms of effort exerted, time spent, and others. As we learned on our tour, it can also be a challenge to simply navigate the grounds of our campus for those with limited mobility.
When you're walking around campus, take a look at the buildings around you. Take a look at the ones being built. Take a look at the pathways. Take a look at everything. Start analyzing it from the point of view that maybe you may one day not be able to access everything that you're essentially used to doing day in and day out. You know, you're one accident away, as morbid as it sounds, from being visually impaired.
We'll keep you updated with more on this story as it develops. I'm Nathan Hellman.
And I'm Holly Clausen, and this has been What You Need to Know.